And we're live. Welcome everybody to another Division 2 stream. We've got a lot on our plate today, lots of fun activities for all the good boys and girls. Fire this up. So first on the agenda, we're going to check out all the vendors and see what's what.
Entering safe area.
And then we're going to be going over some other stuff. So to start off with, we're going to check out the countdown vendor. See what's for sale. All right, so we've got the Commando sniper rifle. Not a fan of this personally. I know some people who enjoy using it. I am not one of them. If you wanted to just add this to your collection or give it a try for yourself, this is a good pickup. It's got nice high attribute rolls on there. Well, middling attribute rolls, I should say. It could be higher. But you could just re-roll that tertiary attribute there to damage targets out of cover and you're good to go. Percussive maintenance. This isn't a bad pickup either. You've already got a skill haste rolled onto there. You could just as easily re-roll the critical hit chance to repairs, since this does kind of lean heavily into repair skills, or you could do skill damage depending on what you're going for with this build. But this is a good pickup, especially if you don't already have it. Liquid Engineer. I believe this is a Dark Zone exclusive? Question mark? If somebody wants to correct me on that, I believe this is. This is a okay pickup. The attributes aren't ideal for what you would be using this backpack for. But if you don't have a Liquid Engineer to begin with, this is a good pickup. If you already have a Liquid Engineer and you're looking for better rolls, I would pass on this. You know, has prone explosive resistance, yeah. Especially with Perfect Bloodsucker, you're probably not going to be using this with a build that's going to utilize Perfect Bloodsucker to its full potential. Well, that is my 2 cents, however. All right, let's check out this vendor.
Looking for something?
All right, we've got the Grudge for sale. This is an outstanding SMG if you don't already have one. I would definitely pick this one up. Even though that SMG rolls a little lower than we'd like it to be, you can re-roll that headshot damage to some damage targets out of cover, and you're good to go. It's a good pickup. The AUG A3 Para. Not a great SMG. I would pass on that one. The Foul is okay, but it's got a Ranger talent and not the best tertiary attribute on there, so we're going to pass on that. Pass on that. This isn't bad. Actually, this is great. You know, you're looking at a Providence defense gear set. You know, the first gear set bonus on it is headshot damage. Most people run this for that headshot damage. And then you've already got headshot damage rolled as one of the attributes. And critical hit damage. Both outstanding. You don't have to touch either of those. You can just reroll the talent to whatever you want. And honestly, Companion isn't a bad choice for certain builds. So I would definitely pick this up if you don't already have one. And, you know, this one isn't bad either. I like to have a lot of weapon handling on rifle builds. Just in general, they tend to kick. And the whole point of a rifle is to be a little bit on the accurate side. So this isn't a bad pickup. You could just leave the attributes alone, reroll that talent to something else. This would work quite well. And the mods are what you would expect.
I appreciate the trade.
All right, let's go check out the clan vendor. See what the clan vendor has to offer today. This week. We've got Eckham's Long Stick. I feel like this has been here multiple weeks now. Not a bad bolt action sniper rifle. If you don't have it, I would pick it up. When it comes to the gear sets, I highly recommend that you just kind of skip buying any of these and just go farm it yourself at Countdown for free. It's just so easy to get what you need. Except for when you come across something like this that already has a max core attribute. The max rolls are kind of rare to come by. You can get some really high rolls though, running Countdown pretty easily. Max rolls are rarer, so this isn't a bad pickup. If you need, you know, Negotiator's Dilemma and you needed a good backpack, this is good. I would grab this. This isn't bad either. That weapon damage is almost at max. If you needed a hotshot mask, not a bad pickup. August. Doo-doo butts. The SRS-A1 is a great sniper rifle, but the talent is not ideal for sure, and the swap speed is even less ideal. So I would pass on that one. Habsburg Guard knee pads. So we've got a Habsburg with critical hit chance and a Haspro for its attributes. You could reroll that Haspro to critical hit damage, and you got yourself a nice roll there if you don't have one of these already. Not bad rolls on the L86. This is a really solid LMG. Probably one of my top 2 LMGs I like to roll with. This behaves much like an AR, minus the, I suppose, the stability of an AR. But Vindictive, very powerful talent. You could easily run this with, like, say, a bleed build, or status effect build of some kind. Get that swap speed out of there for damage to targets out of, or actually damage to armor in this case, because it is an LMG. That's not a bad pickup. Let's see what else we got here. No, and no. Okay.
I appreciate you.
On to the next vendor. Let's head to the campus and see what they've got. Run. What you got? What you got? What you got?
I've got the best gear.
You got the best. Okay, well, you heard the lady. She's got the best. Tabula Rasa. Never been a fan of this LMG. You might be a fan of this LMG, but I would say those attribute rolls are way too low to make this worth picking up. Unfortunately. Probably pass on that one. Pass on that one. Probably pass on that one. Those rolls are so low. You know, I would say if that weapon damage roll was a little higher, I would say this is definitely a great pickup, but no. Pass, and pass. Mods are doo-doo butts. All right, let's head over to the theater. There we go. Oh, it's right behind me. Hello, vendor. What do you have? The mop. All right. Well, we've got our pick of the week here. The mop is amazing. If you don't have it, you need it. You need it in your life. So I would grab this, reroll that talent to whatever you need it to be. Maybe even grab a couple copies of these. Shotgun damage could be a little bit higher on that core attribute, but it's not bad. That's not bad. Mop is, like I said, one of my favorites. Definitely grab yourself one. Spas 12 sucks. Sorry. It's just a bad shotgun. Even with God rolls on it, it's still bad. It's going to be a pass on that one. Pass. Lots of passes. Nope. And the mods are what you would expect. All right, let's go check out the new vendor down here by the castle. And then we'll hit all the DZs.
Friendly control point detected.
I may have blocked myself in here. Can I not climb this? What is this? Oh, a purple. Lovely. I'll use that for materials. Okay. I guess you can't take this shortcut. We're going to have to take the long way there. And what do we got? The White Death. All right. Well, that is an abysmal damage targets out of cover roll on there. 6%. While this is definitely probably the best of the high-end marksman rifles, it's just a terrible roll on that damage targets out of cover, and you're probably not going to want perpetuation on there. So, unfortunately, I would say this is going to be a pass. And look, there's this little non-named kin right below it. Probably pass on that one. These rolls are so low. Here's a G-rolled mod for your Hive. +4 repair charges if you don't already have one. Not a bad pickup. So sadness from the castle settlement. All right, so let's check out the DZs. We're going to start with DZ East. You know, if it was easier to optimize weapons, I would probably recommend more of these weapons and armor pieces, but unfortunately, because of the high cost of doing even the slightest rolls on these weapons, you know, you want to get it, you want those rolls to be at least 2/3 of the way to max to make it worth your while in most cases.
Hey, agent, come check this out.
Oh, look, another, excuse me, another Eckham's long stick. This thing's everywhere. I would just as soon go buy this from one of the other vendors instead of using your DZ resources. Mark 20's pile of trash. Stoner LMG is not great. Probably pass on those. Ooh, that's awful. Also awful. Here's a G-rolled mod for your chem launcher. +1 ammo. Pick that up if you don't have one.
Glad we could come to an agreement.
All right, not much of that DZ vendor. Let's check out DZ South. What do we have here?
Anything I can help you find?
Manic. Can't say I've played much with the Manic. The talent just seems so lackluster, but if you want it for your collection, here it is. You could reroll that health damage. Well, not necessarily reroll it, but max roll that health damage and just invest a little bit to damage to targets out of cover, and you got yourself a G-rolled Manic. Sledgehammer. Pass. Pass. No. Nope. Actually, wait. You know, this isn't terrible. You could definitely use this. You got the repair skills on there. You know, Murakami. You know, you're either using this for skill duration or repair skills for the most part. You won't see very many 3-piece Murakami being run. So you've already got repair skills there as an attribute. You could re-roll that second one to skill damage or skill haste to lean heavily into its strengths, and then you've got Unbreakable on there for that survivability. This isn't a terrible pickup.
I appreciate your business.
Wait, did I check out the mods? I don't think I did. I'm sure they're trash anyways, but yeah, they're trash. Okay. All right, last stop, and then we'll get to the good stuff here. We're gonna go check out DZ West. What you got? The rock and roll. Well, you don't see this very often. I really wish that core attribute was a little higher. Sitting right there in the middle. I don't know if I can necessarily recommend this for pickup, because you're going to want to re-roll that magazine size or something else, because its talent is literally magazine capacity. So, I mean, unless you just really want an enormous magazine and not a lot of damage, you're going to want to switch out that tertiary attribute. So, you know, if you're desperate for a rock and roll, it's not a terrible pickup, I suppose. But, yeah. Let's see. These aren't great. These are definitely going to be passes. No. Lots of middling mods. Okay. So, as far as, like, must-haves, I would say probably the mop is going to be my top pick. And that is at the theater settlement. I would definitely pick that up. And then at the countdown vendor, gosh, I already forgot which one it was. Hold up. So top pick, definitely the mop. Outstanding weapon. Is it the countdown vendor? Percussive maintenance, this is a great pickup. I would grab that. Grab liquid engineer if you have none. If you have better rolls, I'd pass on it. That is a DZ exclusive. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And then I would say the Grudge, but the Grudge this drops pretty liberally, to be honest. So I'd be surprised if most of you don't already have several copies of the Grudge sitting around. But this backpack right here, Providence Defense, this would be another top pick from you. You already got that headshot damage baked right into it. You can reroll that talent. Good to go. This is a good pick.
Thanks for making the deal.
All right, let's fire up the Reanimated Global Event. For those of you who are unfamiliar how this works, you're going to want to make sure it's turned on. And in order to do that, you're going to go into your menu, you're going to go to the season, and then you're going to hit the A button if you're on the Xbox. That's going to bring this up, and you're going to see at the very top it says deactivated. We're going to want to turn that on. We're going to do that by hitting the X button. Again, this is if you're on the Xbox. And that will actually turn on the global event so we can start working towards the challenges and farming for the stars.
Automated.
So this global event, if you haven't played it before, it relies heavily on headshots. The whole point of this is to get those crispy headshots. It creates a green cloud of corrosive material of some kind. That will damage any enemies that are nearby. I'll actually pull up the description real quick so you can see for yourself. So it says, new enemy tech is causing hostiles to reanimate after death. The only way to stop this reanimation is to disconnect the brain response with headshots. So if you're not landing headshots, the enemies will get back up and you'll have to kill them a second time. Thankfully, their health pool is very low when they get up for the second time. And they'll be marked by a green, kind of like an off-green health bar. That'll be indicative of them being reanimated. But if you land the headshots, they don't get back up. And there's going to be a few challenges that are based on headshots, not headshotting, etc., etc. And we're going to go over those in just a second. Hey, Daniel. Glad you could join the stream. I'm just going over the Reanimated Global Event real quick for those who are unfamiliar with how it works. This is a really, really fun global event for any of the snipers out there because it's all about the headshots. And let me tell you, those green mists that are created by getting the crispy heads is so satisfying. So lots of fun to be had there. Let's take a look at the challenges for day one. As with all global events, I highly recommend that if you're limited on time, like let's say that you can only play once or twice a week, like myself, it's ideal to wait until day 4 unlocks before you start intentionally working on the challenges. And what I mean by that is the very specific challenges that require you to do extremely specific things versus just going out there and playing. So, I wouldn't focus on the challenges. Just go out there and do whatever activities you want with reanimation in the background. Have it on in the background so you can accumulate those stars while you're doing whatever you want to do. And then once day 4 rolls around, then you can start focusing on some of these challenges because I'm telling you, you're going to knock out a bunch of challenges without even trying. Sometimes 2 or 3 at a time without even trying. It's just the most efficient way to go about it. So I wouldn't focus on knocking out all of day 1 challenges and then waiting for the next day, and then knocking out all of day 2 challenges and then waiting for the next day. Just wait until they're all unlocked and then just knock them out. Like, for example, this weekend would be a perfect time. Wait until Saturday, log in. Most of us will probably have some free time this weekend. And you can just knock them out like crazy. It's great. And the whole point of these stars is to buy caches. That's what we're farming for. This is a great chance to get your hands on some name caches, gear crafting caches, exotic caches, and this is where you're going to go to spend it all right here. You can see the cost of the stars right here, and on the right-hand side it says what's contained in those. So you can see that you get, ceramic, steel, electronics, titanium, whatever you need here. You've got the named item caches, optimization caches. Now, the one thing I want to say about the optimization caches is that those tactical assessments, weapon alloys, and gear weaves are completely random. So you have no control over which ones you get. Yes, and as Daniel just mentioned in the chat, if you don't spend the stars by the end of the global event, you lose them all. So it's very important, and I'll put out a PSA before the event is over, just as a little friendly reminder to at least spend them. At least log in, take 2 seconds, spend what you got if you're not going to have time to farm for more. Because I, along with, I'm sure most of you have at one point lost a bunch of stars because you weren't paying attention to when the event ended, or you weren't aware that you lose stars. They don't carry over to the next event, which I guess I can kind of understand that. And then you just lose them all. So, but this is one of my favorite ways to get exotic caches. For every 20 stars, it sounds like a lot, but you'll be very pleased with how quickly you can farm for stars in these events. It's very easy. So if you're looking for exotics or exotic components, which is my case because exotic components are like unicorns, in this game. They're just very hard to come by. And this is a great way to catch up on that. When it comes to the gear crafting caches, you'll notice that there's a lot of overlap. So like you'll see with the weapon crafting cache, you've got steel, poly, carbon, and titanium, and then you've got ceramics, poly, carbon, and electronics. So you've got 2 overlapping there. And then on the recalibration cache, you've got ceramics, steel, electronics, and titanium. So there's a lot of duplicates going on here. Now, depending on what you need, that might not be relevant, but for somebody like me who's got plenty of materials, I go for bang for buck. You'll notice that all of these are 3 stars. They all cost the same, but you'll also notice that these ones you're getting 40 and 30 of these materials, respectively, 40 and 30, but this one you're getting 70 and 65. So you're getting a significant amount more from this cache than you are getting from these other 2. Granted, this cache does not contain all of the materials, so if you really super just don't need any electronics and titanium and you need something else like the carbon fiber and titanium, or carbon fiber and electronics or whatever, then maybe these will be more valuable for you. But if you're already, pretty topped off for materials, this would be my recommendation for purchasing, because again, it literally costs the same, but you're getting, almost double in some cases, and actually more than double in a couple cases. Like if you look at the carbon fiber and electronics, 30 versus 65, it's kind of a no-brainer. And the named item caches do include Dark Zone exclusives. So if you're like me and you never step foot into the Dark Zone, but you really want like an orbit or the name of your commie pads, Emperor's something. I don't know why my brain's not working right now. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Things like that. You can get those in named item caches, and I have gotten those in named item caches. I've also gotten the exclusive Dark Zone gear set. Actually, I have one of those pieces on me right now. This one. The System Corruption. These will drop for you as well in the named item caches. So, anyways, well worth your time. Very easy to do. And you can just have it on in the background. You don't necessarily have to focus on challenges if you don't want to. It's just a quicker way to farm stars. You will also get stars by leveling up. So just by playing the game, doing what you like, you can get a bunch of stars. So with that said, I've got a couple of new builds that I'd like to take for a spin today. Courtesy of a couple other YouTubers that I stumbled across during my work week. Agent Paynon and DJ Tickle both put out some videos recently with Ninjabike builds that looked really solid. The first one is actually this one here that I'm showing you. This is from DJ Tickle. It's his Ninjabike SMG armor on kill build, and it had me intrigued. Now I've made a couple changes to this. One of the first changes I made was I swapped out the Vector with Preservation for Emmeline's Guard. I know, when was the last time you saw an Emmeline's Guard being used in anything? But pro tip is the P90 SMG is actually a bit of a beast. It slaps hard, but nobody uses it. I think one of the major turnoffs of this SMG is it only has a couple attachment spots versus, other SMGs they'll have like 4 or 5. Or actually, I think it's 4. Yeah, I think 4 is the maximum. Hold on. I don't want to give you wrong information. Yeah, 4. 4 attachment slots. Plus, I guess technically a 5th with the skin slot. But yeah, most people are used to the 4 slots. This one only has 2. You just have the option for a different optic and for the barrel attachment. That's it. But let me tell you, this slaps. Very slappy, and you've got perfect preservation instead of regular preservation. So you got that 12% armor over 5 seconds versus the 10% armor over 5 seconds. And if you're landing those headshots, you're bumping that up by an additional 12%, so you're getting 24% armor on kill. Now, granted, that's not instant. That is over time, just so we're clear. But I felt that this paired very nicely with the way that DJ Tickle had this set up. This whole build revolves around armor on kill. So we're getting 10% armor on kill from the gunner spec. And we're getting another 15% armor on kill from one piece System Corruption. I know this piece might be a little hard for a lot of you to come by. Unfortunately, I don't have an alternative for this right now. But anyways, and then we're getting another 10% armor on kill from the Uzina Getica one piece chest. Then we're getting another 20% armor on kill from the 4-piece. Well, you're going to get credit for a 4-piece hunter, but we're running 3 pieces here because we're running the Ninjabike. So we're getting, let's see, 10 plus 15, so that's 25, plus another 10, so that's 35, plus another 20, that's 45, 55. And then, of course, if we're getting kills with Emmeline's, that's another 12%. So that's 67, right? Yeah, 55 plus 12, 67. And if you're getting headshots, it's another 12 on top of that. So that's 79% armor on kill. Big chunk of that's instant. The rest of that's overtime. So that's kind of the idea behind this build. I saw him with this build, and I was just like, I got to give this a try for myself. You can see that we're only running 2 armor cores here. We are running a shield. It should be a tier 3 because we've got the skill tier here and the 2 armors. So the health is going to be, 2.6 million. It's not ideal. And we'll probably fiddle with this as we play around, like probably add more armor, more or less armor, I guess. Well, I'm not really going to go less armor because I don't have a good Uzina with a swappable core attribute. But we can add more armor to this if we're getting mowed down too much. But we're going to take this for a spin and see what we think. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Daniel said I use it a lot for sustain on one of my striker on my Hunter's Fury build. Yeah, I mean P90 is great. Just everybody just kind of gloms to whatever is deemed meta by the YouTubers, and then they just kind of ignore everything else. But you can do quite well with tons of other weapons. Based on a Dodd video, higher fire rate, perfect preservation. Yep. Yeah, and Dodd did a breakdown of all the SMGs, and Emmeline's Guard, well, actually not Emmeline's Guard specifically, but the P90 made it way high on the list. So the other change from DJ Tickle's video was he wasn't running a Blinder Firefly, he was running the Reviver Hive. But I really like the Blinder for its utility, so we'll see how well this pairs. Obviously, if I start going down, we're going to have to change that. But this is one build. The other build we're going to be playing around with is courtesy of Agent Paynin. It's this build right here. Let me switch my apparel over, fashion game and all that. He calls it the mixed bag. This is a hybrid drone turret build. And you know me, huge fan of the hybrid drone turret builds. My #1 video with like 14,000 views on it is my triple skill build showdown that I did not too long ago based on the bro build from Dodd. And so as soon as I saw this, I was like, I got to try this. And I have all the numbers that I got from previous builds, so I can test this in the range, see where it lies damage-wise, and then take it out for a spin and see how it feels out in the world. Because again, there's more to a build than the numbers that you get in the range. I can't stress this enough. You got to take it out into the open world and you got to play around with it. Feel is an overlooked aspect of a lot of build crafting. How does a build feel? Maybe it doesn't have as much oomph as another build, but it feels crisp and responsive. You can work with that. Damage, while damage is important, damage isn't everything. So these are the builds we're going to be playing with. I'm very excited to try these out. I have done nothing other than assemble these builds and then min-max them. Yes, I hemorrhage materials just for you guys. Well, and myself too, selfishly. I can't deny that. So we can min-max this, we can get the full effect, so we can render proper judgment on these new builds and see if they're worth our time, see if if they're worth occupying another loadout slot. So without further ado, first I'm going to have to turn off the global event real quick so we can get some accurate numbers here in the range. And we're just going to start off with Agent Paynin's. Because I'm feeling a skill hybrid build right now. And then we'll switch to DJ Tickle's build. So let's take it to the range and see how she does. Now let me make sure I've got the right nodes activated here first. Yep, AR shotgun. Now the only change that I made from Agent Paynin's build is he was running the named capacitor. Again, my brain's not working this morning, guys. I'm really sorry. I have it in my vault. I'm not a fan of running double ARs. Let's just put it that way. Where is this thing? Let me just show you. There, test subject. I don't know why I couldn't remember test subject. But he's running test subject as a secondary. Again, not a fan of double ARs. They both draw from the same ammo pool. I feel like that's kind of silly. No offense to you, Agent Paynon. I know a lot of people do this. I'm just not one of those people. So I switched to my favorite shotgun to run with skill builds. That's my Marine Super 90 with In Sync. Very slappy. Great for melting any rushers that happen to survive your onslaught. So let's set this to elite. We'll set this to 10 meters. And let's just collect some damage numbers here. So one nice thing about this build is, you know, instead of running the memento, which requires you to go and collect a bunch of tags, there's really no build up here except for on the obliterate. So the only stacks we're building is off of obliterate. So there's not much setup. You just kind of start shooting. So good damage. I'm actually going to pull up my numbers from, here it is. My numbers from my previous build video that I did on these skills. Let's get the stacks all the way up on this. All right, so now we're sitting at max. Looks like we're getting 144, 327 from body shots. .586, 133. So, where does that fall here? Max Striker and Obliterate. Battle Buddies. So I would say it's bear with me. So 444 body shots from the player. So that is stronger than the bro build as far as how much damage the player himself puts out. And that's with max memento stacks. So if you guys recall with the bro build, it was the memento, but it had a very similar setup to this, utilizing, you know, a 3-piece Empress and the Picaro's holster for that additional 15% weapon damage on there. So we're getting higher numbers for player damage, but let's see how the drone and turret do. So let's get the capacitor stacks up.
Incoming backup request.
And target him. So 136, 573. So that's actually pretty low for the turret compared to the bro build. Not really surprising, considering that the memento is the superior product. And it's side numbers. There we go, 136, yeah. So on the bro build with max stacks, we were sitting at 215 a shot. So it's actually doing less damage than the no buff turret from the bro build. And I have a feeling that the going to be a similar situation with the drone. So let's get this locked up. Get him, drone. Give me some damage numbers. No, this one. Come on, you got it. 85. Okay, so 85, 358. And with the bro build, we were getting 89, 589 at base with a max of 133, 636 with the capacitor stacks and memento buff. So quite low. But let's see, on my triple threat striker hybrid that I have showcased before, it looks like the turret and the drone are outperforming. However, it looks like the player damage output is still 444. So it still falls short. So this build falls somewhere between the triple threat striker hybrid and the bro build. So it's somewhere in between there as far as, good damage with the drone and turret, and good damage with the player itself. So not bad, but again, damage numbers in the range isn't everything. We're going to take this out into the open world and see how she does. So let me turn on Reanimated. And we'll go kill some baddies here. Wait for it. All right, let's start off with something easy like a resource convoy. Oh, it looks like I need to actually reset my checkpoints real quick. So let's reset them. Oh, and something else that just came to mind is I believe the apparel event has been extended another week. I believe I saw, whoops, where am I going here? Apparel. Yeah. Event closing 6 days, 13 hours. So even though it was supposed to end today, according to the track, it's apparently not over, which is good for me because as you can see, I only got 19 out of the 34 apparel items. I just didn't have enough time between the Division, other two games, and my limited, free time during this last week. I just didn't have time to collect all that stuff. So that's good news for us, and probably good news for several other people. All right, enough playing around. And of course there's no resource convoy. So in the absence of convoys, we go for the checkpoints. Always be looting. And of course, I will be providing links to both of these builds I'm going to be running today. You can go check out the creators' videos for yourself if you'd like.
Rogue agent
Tell them that
detected.
Orphan sent you, if you feel so inclined. When I stumble across good builds, I like to showcase them. I'm not going to come up with everything. There's plenty of very talented tubers out there. I can't take all the credit for stuff. Let's test it out with these guys. Honestly, if I wasn't
AEDs nearby.
if I didn't know I was playing on heroic, I would swear I was playing on like challenging. I know the global event has something to do with that, but it really is only benefiting headshots.
Hostile control point nearby.
It's been a while since I played with a drone turret build, to be honest. Got a lot of other stuff on rotation. Oh yeah, and another detail is if you stand in the cloud that comes off of a headshotted enemy, it'll heal you. Excuse me. Their attention. very much like to reposition this turret. Whoop. Turrets take the brunt of the work here. I mean, his build feels pretty good. It's got good damage output, that's for sure. At least on the player's part.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oh yeah, I can throw grenades too. That might do any damage. Uh-oh.
Vital signs critical.
Go, operator down. Anybody can get back up? Yep. There you go. I mean, this build feels pretty strong, not gonna lie. This feels very similar to one of the other builds I've made. Very similar. I would say I feel a little bit tankier, and that's going to be because of the, you know, the armor core, plus you're getting that 5% total armor from the Uzina gear set bonus on there, so that would make sense. Let's collect our goodies here. Can I not? Okay. Alright, let's call for reinforcements.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Come out and play! What's he doing? You're gonna make me come down there and get you, huh? Let's reset. Go. don't want to play super aggressive with drone turrets, but working out pretty well. Stay down. Those crispy heads. This guy's gonna try and get back up. No sir, no sir. Alright, so I like it. I like this build. This is an excellent alternative. Like, say you're trying to go for one of the other drone turret builds, but you don't have the right gear, but you do have all the gear that's necessary to put this one together. This is nice. This feels really strong. Decent amount of survivability with the armor cores and with that 5% total armor from the Uzina. Highly recommend. This is nice. Now, granted, expertise-wise, I've got my capacitor expertise up to 20, and my drone and turret are expertised up to 20. So take that into consideration when you're seeing the damage numbers that I'm putting out. But overall, I would say this is a recommend. So, let's switch to DJ Tickle's build real quick. I'm intensely curious about this one, because all that armor on kill sounds juicy. And we'll see how it plays. You know, if it might need some more armor cores rolled onto it. We'll find out here in a second. Let me just get my spoils real quick. Hiya, Seal. You want to know how to change the world tier? Okay, it's so you're gonna go to. I'm sorry, you're gonna pull up your map. So you're on the Xbox. It's gonna be the button that has like two little windows on it. It's left-hand side middle button. And then you can see at the very bottom of the screen, it's got set waypoint, player, show targeted loot, call for backup, global settings, close map. We're going to want to go to the global settings. So you're going to press to the right on your directional pad, and that's going to pull up this menu. And this is where you're going to go to change your difficulty. So you've got normal, hard, challenging. Mine's currently set to heroic. You can't see it? Did you... Oh, you're talking about world tiers. I'm sorry. My brain's telling me that it's difficulty level. It should be... Gosh, it's been so long since I've dealt with world tiers. You know what? I have no good answers. It's been like well over a year since I've even had to do that. It should be... I would imagine it would be similar to how the difficulty settings are with the global settings. It's probably in the same menu. But to be honest, I'm not 100% sure on that. Hold on, let me look this up. I'm gonna set down my controller here. I'm gonna pull up my laptop here. Let's see. I don't want to give you incorrect information. Okay, so world tiers. Hold on, we're gonna get you an answer here. Okay, so here we go. Division 2 world tiers. Upon reaching level 30, and once you've beaten the last stronghold, a cutscene will play. World Tier 1 is automatically reached, and then World Tier 2, if you complete 2 invaded missions, then clear a stronghold. World Tier 3, you complete 2 invaded missions, clear a stronghold at gear level 325. World Tier 4, complete 2 invaded missions, clear stronghold at gear level 375. Why is there no gear? Why is it not saying anything about Tier 5? How old is this article? that wasn't as helpful as I was hoping.
Agent in need of backup.
Let's see, Ubisoft help. Let's just go to Ubisoft's own page here and see what it says. World Tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To reach World Tier 5, get a gear score of 425. Complete the Capitol Building, District Union Arena, and Roosevelt Island invaded strongholds. And then finish the Tidal Basin invaded stronghold. Okay. So the world tiers are, looks like it automatically kind of bumps you into each world tier based on your gear score. And you were asking how to change the world tier. Well, world tier 5 is the last world tier. I don't think you can change your world tier down once you've reached endgame. I'm pretty sure at that point you're just changing the global difficulty, like in this menu, heroic, challenging, hard, and normal. Or you can add directives to make it a little bit more spicy. So it says that you're currently sitting at World Tier 5, right? It's interesting because I believe, do you have the Warlords of New York expansion? So I think after World Tier 5, you would need to play through the Warlords of New York campaign to get it to this point. Because you're probably sitting at level 30, right? Like gear score. Like you see how when I pull up my map on the right-hand side, upper right-hand corner, it's got the, you know, heroic information and my location, all that stuff, and then it says level 40. Are you sitting at level 30? Because that's as far as you can go without playing the Warlords of New York expansion, because the Warlords of New York expansion takes you from 30 to 40. But again, it's been absolutely forever since I have had to deal with world tiers. So unfortunately I'm not being super helpful. But I know to get to 40 you have to play through the Warlords of New York. That much I do know. Because I do that like once or twice a month. I create a new character, I take him from 30 to 40 so I can get the shade points from the watch, so I can in turn spend it on materials. Because you can't get this watch until you've completed the Warlords of New York campaign, and then you can spend it on all this stuff. So, oh, good. Okay, I hope that was helpful, Asil. I wish I had more information for you, but that's all I've got right now. Looking at the website, looking at the Ubisoft website, it looks like once you hit World Tier 5, that's sort of it until you go through the Woni campaign. So, oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, I'm not ashamed to admit when I don't know something. I'm more than happy to try and look it up if I don't have a good answer. But man, it really got the old the brain juices churning there, because I had to really think back to the last time I had a brand new agent and worked through level 1 to 30.
Weeks of sweat.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, let's see if we can find a resource convoy and test this build out on someone. Looks like there's one gonna be swinging right through here, so we'll go after these guys. I really want to try out this DJ Tickle build, see how she does. Oh, no problems, Asil. No. You don't need to apologize. No need to apologize. It's my day off. I got all day to do this stuff, and I don't mind helping at all. It's part of my job as a content creator to educate others. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't helping out the community. And like I said, if I don't have an answer, I will find it. I will find the answer. So I certainly don't know everything. So with this build, the idea is you're getting in everybody's faces. This is a Hunter's Fury build. You know, you've got your shield. You're not supposed to rely on the shield with this build, from my understanding. Like, just looking at it, you don't have enough armor cores and whatever to just be sitting out in the open and taking a bunch of aggro. So this is just sort of to, like, help you cross open spaces, or maybe eat some damage once you're in their faces. But the way you're going to stay alive with this is by getting kills. Lots of kills, as fast as you can.
I swear, the rat was as big as... Damn! What happened to my eye?
And you can see we're getting just huge chunks of health back from getting kills with this.
Detected.
I gotta say, I like how the P90 sounds. It's a sexy gun.
Got to be more careful.
Detecting additional hostiles guarding location nearby.
Ah, look at that health back. Whew, huge chunks of health. Absolutely huge chunks of health. So basically, every 2 kills we're getting 100% health back. Or should I say 100% armor. But you're already getting 100% health too. Not with that, but with the Hunter's Fury. 100% health on kill, 20% armor on kill. On top of all the armor on kills that we're getting through here. Huge chunks. So I don't know if I'm necessarily sold on Emmeline's Guard, but we'll keep playing with it. We'll see if it feels a little better. Just kind of got to get in the groove of playing with this. You know, another change we could make is we could switch this to the Striker Shield. Switch the specialization, go to the Striker Shield. That'll help us get a little bit more damage and make popping the shield a little bit more valuable. You know, you're just going to get in their face, pop the shield, fire, put it away, because you're just using it at that point as a small buffer, but mostly to get that damage boost. But we'll see. We'll keep playing here and see what happens. Let's see. I think we can probably intercept these guys. Oh, this will be better. We'll approach them from the front. Also have the Scorpio. Suppose I could be playing with that too. This is kind of a weapon neutral build. Like, it doesn't necessarily lean into, well, can't say that entirely because you got the shotgun damage and SMG damage, but you could easily run other weapons on here besides SMG and shotgun and still do well. Like, I've run ARs on Hunter's Fury builds just fine. Got that disorient effect from the Hunter's Fury gear set bonus. Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna go down here. Nope, maybe not. Ow. Stop that.
Serious trauma detected.
Yep.
Agent deceased.
Saw that coming. Okay. So maybe more armor is in order. I mean, we do have tons and tons of healing from this. Magic grenade accuracy. That, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It's like she fired behind me quite a ways, but it, I don't know, got caught in the blast, I guess. You know, we have a ton of health and armor on kill coming from all these gear pieces. It probably isn't necessary to also run it on your weapon of choice as well. And we can test that by using the Scorpio shotgun.
Civilians in danger.
Because I feel like the way you stay alive with this build is by killing really fast. If you're not killing fast, you're not staying alive. Because we don't have a ton of armor. The shield is pretty weak. So we need to make sure that we're extra melty. And that didn't feel extra melty. I had to put almost a full clip into most enemies, especially the elites. Let's try... Oh, yeah. Daniel said I have the same issue you had with my Hunter's Fury build. Yeah, it's all about finding that balance between, you know, damage output and survivability. Because you can't just be a glass cannon, especially on a gear set that requires you to be within certain ranges of the enemies. Like, the whole point of this gear set is to get in their face, but if you're squishy and getting in things' faces, not really a great recipe. Right, you can't just dodge your way through everything, exactly. We're not all MLG Pro gamers here. I'm going to try this with a Scorpio and see how it does. Because again, we don't have a lot of armor cores, so everything's kind of weak, including the shield. But the Scorpio's got a lot of utility as well, so that might work in our favor. And we've got ourselves an elite resource convoy coming out, so this will be a good test. We'll see if we survive this. Alright, I'm going to wait until they come out the front door, and then we'll just ambush them. Definitely want to take care of her, so we don't have to deal with that.
Come on now, I'm getting bored.
Hostiles. Guarding location nearby.
Okay, put away the shield here. I'm in a bad spot. Yep.
Vital signs critical.
Wow, I don't recall having these problems with my other Hunter's Fury build. Am I just playing terribly today? Yeah, the shield is definitely annoying for that reason. Very directionally squishy. Plus, you know, I am playing with the global event active, so enemies that I'm not getting headshots on are reanimating, and then they're behind me when they should be dead. I'm just making excuses. I don't recall having this problem with my barrel stuffer build. Of course, I'm running... This is my barrel stuffer build. This is my go-to Hunter's Fury build. You know, I've got the Unbreakable on the chest. I've got the Memento, so you got a lot of survivability there. Plus, I'm running 4 armor cores, so I'm more tanky there, which means my shield is more tanky as well. I believe my shield's a skill tier 5. So probably another 1.5 million health on that. This tends to work really, really super well. You know, in theory, this would work well for survivability since you're getting those huge chunks of health back. But in practice, there's something... Either I'm doing something wrong. I mean, I'm probably doing something wrong, truthfully. But we'll keep playing with it. I feel like I just need to get in the groove here. Let's see. Daniel said, I think that's why Dodd suggests Future Perfect to get a better shield build. Yeah. I also feel sometimes the difficulty fluctuates. It does feel that way sometimes. Like, sometimes it'll feel like I can eat a whole bunch of enemy fire, and then other times it's just like, blink of an eye, I'm just dead. Like some random red bar just melts through, you know, all 2 million armor, and that's it. So, yeah, definitely agree with the fluctuating part. Other problem with a armor on kill build, especially an armor on kill build that comes with a shield, is that the armor on kill doesn't benefit your shield at all. And if you're relying on your shield for survivability, that's kind of a problem. In different sessions, I can spawn camp, and others, not a chance. Yeah, dead on the spot. So dead. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, similar experiences, sir. Similar experiences. Let's it is possible that it is the global event. I'm not entirely sure if the enemies do more damage with the global event active. Truthfully, like, I don't know if that's a mechanic. It's not necessarily mentioned. From my understanding, it's just headshots create that cloud. And I'm not entirely sure if the headshot damage is increased for this event. If anybody can weigh in on that, I'm not really positive on that or not. I thought that those were the only real modifiers with the reanimated. You know, they get back up if you're not getting the headshot. It creates a cloud which damages enemies nearby. As far as I know. And walking into the death cloud will heal you, but damage the enemies. As far as I know, that's the only modifiers with this event. It shouldn't be any damage increases, decreases, or anything like that. Why are there no flipping... Okay, we're going to reset the control points again. We are having the worst of luck with these resource convoys. Like, there'll be days when I'll log in and there's like 6 of them, like all over the map, and I can't even choose which one I want. And then there are days like this where I log in, there's nothing anywhere. No matter how many times I reset the map. Oh, here we go. Yeah, shared pain, good times for sure. I don't know if I'm feeling this build. Not gonna lie. Like, on paper, like theory crafting, sounds great. I mean, you're getting just enormous chunks of health back. But you gotta kill the thing to get the health. And that's where the problem lies, because we're sacrificing a lot of damage in order to get that health on kill on there, all crammed in there. Which is why when, you know, you see, it's especially like the tubers, they're really guilty of this. They're just like, 100% armor on kill, never die, god tier, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, the whole time I'm just thinking, yeah, but if you hit like a wet noodle, you're not getting kills. So what's the point? Like, you gotta actually kill the thing in order to get the perk.
Incoming hostiles detected.
So you gotta have some sort of balance. Like, these extremes that are taken sometimes with the builds are just silly. Oh, this build's pretty
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I mean, I know I'm hiding behind the shield, which I was literally just preaching not to do. But I feel so squishy, I want to hide behind it. Okay, I'm getting a little tired. Look at how fast, like, holy crap. That's like 0.5 seconds. All my shields were gone. Everything was just gone. Just melty, melty. I'm dotting now, yeah. I'm definitely dotting now. Except for I don't have Dodd's skill level. I'm just the average gamer here. That's my hook. Come watch me. I'm terrible at things. All right, we'll test this on a couple more convoys, but you know, if you have this much armor on kill on a ranged build, now we're talking. But this much armor on kill on a close range build, I don't know. I'd just as soon have a beefier shield or more damage. I don't know. Something about this doesn't feel right. And again, like, I base a lot of my builds off of feel. Oh, stats. So we're sitting at 60% critical hit chance for the Emmeline's Guard. For the Scorpio, we're sitting at 50% critical hit chance, 103% critical hit damage. Let me circle back to, there we go. Yeah, 103% critical hit damage on both of them. And that critical hit damage is pretty low, to be honest. You know, anything south of like 120% critical hit damage, and you're definitely going to notice. But I'm running this piece here, which basically only gives me armor on kill as a perk. So no damage there. We've got, the Uzina, which is total armor and armor on kill. Again, no damage perks whatsoever. And then, basically the 4-piece Hunter's Fury with Ninjabike. So basically critical hit chance, damage all over the place to reach those numbers. And that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking maybe throwing on some more armor because holy crap, do I die fast? Wait, are these guys coming or going? Oh man, I was too busy talking. That's okay, we can go after these guys. Where are these guys? Here we go. We'll intercept them up here. Right, Daniel. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. The problem with armor on kill is getting the kill, right? If you invest super heavily in all this survivability stuff, you're missing out on damage, and then getting the kill becomes the challenge because you have no damage. And then there's no point to all that armor on kill because you're not getting kills. So it's finding that balance. I believe I actually have some Hunter's Fury pieces on me right now that I can just quickly switch to. Yep. So I'm going to put on 2. Because this is basically how my Hunter's Fury build is set up with my Barrel Stuffer build. I've got 4 cores total. And this will bring me up to the 4 cores. That'll make my shield significantly stronger. Yeah, now we're sitting just shy of 4 million. We'll see how this feels with the Scorpio. Gotta stop me getting food.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yep, somebody's behind me. Yeah, you can punch my shield all you want.
The division are killing.
Yeah, we'll put winch. No shield.
We won't forget.
Yeah, I know at some point the devs beefed up the NPC damage output. I know that they denied it up and down, but there's way too many people, myself included, who definitely noticed the difference. This is not the same amount as it was previously.
Cheap armor.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh crap. Yep, lost the shield. Don't have to rely on cover, which is fine, I guess. You know, really just going to use the shield to, like, close the gap, cross open spaces, maybe eat a little bit of damage if you have to initially get in someone's face. Looks like we got the attention of somebody else down here. Incoming hostiles? From where? Is there another convoy or something? Well, that certainly felt better. It didn't feel as squishy. I was also playing a little smarter, so I'm sure that helped.
We should keep moving.
Go, elite convoy done and done. All right, so this definitely feels better with the more armor added on here for sure. Probably going to be using Scorpio as the primary on this, just because obviously I have expertise up to 20, and this thing just puts in work. Plus, its talent works hand in hand with the Hunter's Fury talent, where it's disorienting. You're applying all these statuses on the enemies that'll also help. And I'm not sure if I'm sold on the Obliterate. Again, this is one of those, like, maybe I should have something like Unbreakable on there just as an extra barrier. That's what I have on my Barrel Stuffer build. This is my classic Hunter's Fury build. But if I start switching stuff around like that, I mean, I might as well just run this. Like, why would I run this build over this build. Yeah, especially when this one's established, I can take this into in-game content and do just fine. They can blunt their weapons at me all they want. High survivability, especially once the memento stacks are all the way up. So again, that begs the question, why would you roll this versus another one? Or maybe this is just, I don't know, just a nice little alternative to your classic Hunter's Fury build. But I mean, we already know that the Ninjabike is not meta. That the Ninjabike is more for fun value. And that if you really want to do well in in-game content, you're going to be using something else. Which is kind of sad, I guess. Let's see. Daniel says, the percentage-based armor on kill means that you get less armor on kill when you have less armor, which makes it less useful as far as the on kill part of armor on kill. Exactly. Yeah, so if you're sitting with a bunch of red cores and you're getting 10% of armor on kill, but you're only getting 10% of 700,000 armor, that's not a lot. But if you're getting 10% of 1.5 million armor, that's a significant amount. Wish the NPCs would start saying brains after they resurrected. Right? Missed opportunity. I mean, we've been saying for years they should have some sort of an actual like zombie horde survival mode in this game. I mean, this game would be ripe for it. It'd be just tons of fun. For Scorpio, Obliterate feels not as useful. SMG makes it really good. I agree with that. You know, you're not building stacks very fast with Obliterate with shotguns, for sure. Ooh, we're gonna have a convergence. Now the question is, can I reach it in time? This will be fun. The convergence. Okay, we're trying to redeem ourselves here with the gameplay. I'm sure you could hear it in my voice. I was getting a little aggravated here. I hear people. I see people. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight them. That's fine.
Hey, don't hell.
Go to sleep. Oh, more of you.
Targets of the system! I was
Really want to get to this convergence. You said it's weird though because each pellet's crit's calculated independently. Right, you would think that the shotgun would be the best way to build, right? And I know like faster firing ones like the AA-12, you can build stacks off of that in a hurry.
Detected.
Ah, dang it, I missed it. And they're moving away. That's okay, we can catch up to these guys, I think. Yeah, you would think it would build it faster, but it does not work that way, sadly.
Hostile control point identified. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
You know, having to kill you guys twice is kind of annoying.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Just die already. Say that went pretty smoothly. I guess you could use a pistol for resurrected enemies if there was a pistol talent that was useful. I mean, I've got the Orbit with Perfect Finisher, which doesn't help me with critical hit chance because I'm already at the cap, but I would get an additional 40% critical hit damage, which I'm sure I would notice. Daniel says, I think it's just obliterate because the AA-12 on striker and stack based builds otherwise seems to work well. There's an easy way to find out. Let's go grab an AA-12. Let's see how fast we can get it to stack. I think it stacks really fast.
It's hard to look people in the eye sometimes.
But again, that could just be because of its fire rate. Well, I mean, I know fire rate's a huge part of it. But in general, there seems to be some sort of penalty for building stacks with obliterate with shotguns. Okay, here we go. So I've got several ACSs. Let's just grab this one. This is kind of bread and butter. Just for fun. Let's just run down to the... Oh, Daniel says, oh, I meant the non-auto shotgun seemed to work okay for striker. I Englished bad. Oh, that's okay. But I am kind of curious how fast you can get obliterate stacks up with an AA-12. I mean, let's face it, that's still kind of bad considering how many pellets are going out. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pellets. And I only got halfway up with a full clip. It's kind of bad. So, if you see all those crit numbers that are popping up, I mean, it's like, sometimes we're getting like 3 crits at a time. Sometimes it's like almost every pellet. So you would think that this would like maybe half a clip with the AA-12, like 10 shots, and it would be at max stacks, but that's just not the case. So there's some interesting mechanics going on there that probably somebody like Dodd would be better explaining. Let's try this with the P90. I'll wait for it to reset. There we go. And you can see there that I got full obliterate stacks off of 1 clip. But I only got half stacks with an AA-12. Let's just roughly say 7 rounds or 7 pellets per shot. That's 140 rounds being drilled into this target
Agent
in 1
need
clip.
of backup.
And it's only taking us to half. So, yeah, it's weird. What does the obliterate talent text say? It says critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 25 times. So it just says critical hits. So kind of interesting how that works. It no work good. Exactly. Well put, Daniel. It no work good. Because again, this is a 50 round clip. I'm reaching max stacks with 1 clip with this. But then you've got a 20 round clip, right? But you're firing 7 pellets per shot. So that's 140 rounds. So it's like almost 3 times as many rounds going out. But we're getting half of the obliterate stacks that we would if we were just to use a SMG or any other weapon, I'm assuming. So yeah, it's a weird mechanic, but that basically prevents obliterate from stacking after like just a handful of shots with a shotgun. I can imagine maybe that could make things OP. I don't know. I don't know what's going through the devs' heads, but I'm sure that's probably like their line of thinking, is that obliterate would just be a little too strong with shotguns. So there's some mechanic that's kind of throttling how you can stack off of it. But I'm going to switch obliterate to
Could use some more crafting materials.
unbreakable.
I should make myself a nice comfy chair.
Well, let me think. Maybe there's just a better weapon we can use with this. I mean, obviously my go-to is Scorpio. But I know there's other weapons that work pretty well. Probably Cold Relations would work quite well with this. As a matter of fact, let me run Cold Relations. It's a slower firing one, but when you pair that with Perfectly Strained, this thing is just a monster. I know Dark Winter is another popular one, but everybody runs Dark Winter. That's boring. I want to try something that not everybody runs. Yeah, let me grab a non-auto shotgun real quick.
Good to see you.
Actually, I have one on me right now. I've got the Marine Super 90. I mean, it barely fills that gauge. Let me set this to named and just go nuts here. See how far we get. Like a third, maybe? A third of the way up? How many pellets is this thing shooting? Oh, that's unhelpful. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So 7 pellets. They seem to all be kind of 7 pellets. So it's barely touching that obliterate. Very slowly building stacks off of that. One name that shoots slugs. One name that shoots slugs. You'll have to refresh my memory, Daniel. I'm drawing a blank. Which shotgun's that? Oh, I don't know. Was it the Medved? Are you thinking of the Medved exotic? Because that was wait, no, the Medved wasn't. Was that a shotgun? Now I'm getting confused. Is that it? Okay, like my brain doesn't seem to be firing on all cylinders today. I know I've said that like 10 times, but it's true. I don't know what's going on with my brain. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe I haven't had enough caffeine. Maybe a combination of both. But like I'm struggling to think of basic things today. Okay, so maybe yeah, Medved was what was that, like a SASG-12 or something that fired slug rounds? Something like that? God, it's been forever since I've played D1. Holy crap. For freaking ever. Like years and years. Years and years and years. Okay, I kind of want to try cold relations with this build. I think having preservation on an SMG with this is kind of redundant. There's an awful lot of armor on kill happening anyways. There's a lot of baked in survivability with this, so probably not necessary. So we're going to go with the damage talent. Because our critical hit damage is so low, this will help shore up those numbers because we've got perfect strain on there. You're getting 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds I'm firing, and it stacks 8 times. So we're going to get a big chunk of critical hit damage back just by using this. And it's got an enormous magazine for an SMG at least. You know, 53 in the mag. It's not bad. So let's just experiment here. Okay, we can get to these guys in time. But again, I'm kind of just rebuilding an existing build that I use all the time, I guess, like with some minor changes as far as survivability and stuff goes. I still would not run this build over my standard Hunter's Fury build. I don't really care how much armor on kill I get back. If it doesn't feel strong, I'm just not going to run it.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
That felt pretty melty. That felt pretty strong. Oh, hello. Wait, are they coming or going? Oh, oh, somebody's reanimating. Oh, they're coming. Perfect. Did I hear friendlies saying something? Oh, there are friendlies. They're over there. So if we ambush them right through here, they should pop out of a manhole right there. So just wait until they're right here. We're probably going to end up getting the attention of the checkpoint, but that's fine. Daniel says, Medved from D1 shoots heavy slugs instead of buckshot. Yes, my brain didn't let me down. Thank you, brain. Of course, I'll remember, like, obscure things like that, but I can never remember important stuff. Surprise!
Let's get out there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Hostiles detected.
So reload time on this isn't ideal. Lots of reloading going on. Okay, we got the attention of the checkpoint. Let's go ahead and just take the checkpoint. Okay, it's a party.
Reinforcements incoming. Detected. Near location. Gone by hostiles.
Oof.
Vital signs critical.
Why do these combatants feel tankier than the ones I was just shooting?
Agent down.
Yeah. Huh. It might actually be this global event. I'd have to turn it off and see how that feels. But I was under the impression that the enemies don't do more damage. But maybe they do for this event. I'm not sure. Like, it shouldn't... I mean, I know they got an overshield, but it shouldn't take a full clip to down one elite. That's just silly.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yes, I can see them. Cover me. Need to reload. I'm watching.
You know, and as often as I'm using the shield, I might as well switch to Striker Shield. Get that extra damage out. I'd be losing 10% more armor on kill, but I mean, who cares? I got plenty of armor on kill. Okay, who's still shooting?
Serious trauma.
Seriously? Wow.
Agent out of action.
I don't think he can revive me a second time, can he? Can the officer revive me a second time? He's gonna try. Okay. Come and get me, buddy. Sorry, I don't usually have this problem, which is why I was unsure.
Detected. Near location.
Yeah, I'm in a bad spot here. Really super bad spot.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Good grief. Either I'm just playing like hot shit today, or these enemies are just slapping hard. Or both, I suppose. Two things can be true at once, I guess. They're not mutually exclusive.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
got a chonky boy. Got her shit rocked. Okay, that was way harder than it should have been. Just saying.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
No, this is my weird build, Daniel. This is the one that DJ Tickle put out. I think it was yesterday.
Hostiles guarding location
And I
nearby.
saw it, and I was just like, look at all that delicious armor on kill. I must try this. But I have to say, I don't particularly care for it. And that's nothing against DJ Tickle. Again, DJ Tickle, if you're watching this video, nothing against you. It's just not, I'm not feeling this build. I'm just not. I'm struggling way too much with this. And I know if I put on my OG Hunter's Fury build, I would be wading through these enemies like nothing. And while getting all that armor on kill is nice, it just doesn't even feel all that necessary with a proper Hunter's Fury build. Like, I don't need 60% of my armor back. Or in perfect situations, what if we math it to 70-something% armor on kill, which sounds great. But again, it comes back to that whole like let's just use the Pestilence ticks for example. 2 million damage ticks. Okay, well, how much upfront damage are you doing? Or are you just sitting there waiting for the enemies to die as the ticks slowly chip away at them? You know what I mean? It's all about that damage balance. About damage balance. And like when it comes to the Pestilence, I would much rather have upfront damage and have like moderate ticks like chipping away at them here and there, versus have like just massive ticks and the upfront damage, you know, you're hitting like a wet noodle. Like, what's the point of that?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Don't get up. And I'll show you the build here in a second when we're done clearing this checkpoint. But I'm going to say this is a swing and a miss for me. I think I'd rather run
Vital signs critical.
Singeist's Chameleon Ninjabike build. I hit your feet. There, I don't have a shield. They lost.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Okay, that was way too hard, guys. That was way too hard. Okay. Let me catch up on the chat here.
Supply room access unlocked.
Let's see. Chatterbox with Obliterate on this build. Got to get those headshots, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I do need to get those headshots. Aiming for everything but the head, it seemed. The spread on the cold relations, well, on the PP-19 isn't the best. It's not a particularly accurate SMG. Not saying that that's the reason why I was missing headshots. I was honestly aiming for the body most of those times, for sure. I'm not a huge fan of Chatterbox, just in general. I guess it's the rate of fire change. I don't know. I just like consistency. I think that's another reason why I don't like... Oh, God. What's that talent? It's on the apartment. Do I have the apartment? There it is. Measured. I despise measured. I don't like how it changes fire rate. I like consistency in my damage output, just in general. But that's just me. You said it seems weak. Yes, that's because it is weak. You are correct, sir. Not enough output, and you need headshot kills because you're getting surrounded, which is making you stand back, which means you don't get the Hunter's Fury crowd control, which means you need more crowd control. Yep. This is true. Watch out for zombies. I got some terrible gear from the boss. Definitely got some terrible gear from the boss. Chameleon with Ninjabike. Oh, did you miss? You must have missed that stream. I put together this Chameleon. This one right here. Ninjabike with Hotshot and Strikers and a Fenris chest with a Chameleon. And I had absolutely so much fun with this build. This was an amazing build. This was a ton of fun. Highly recommend. I normally hate the Chameleon. I really do. I never play with the thing. But holy crap, does this thing melt NPCs like nothing else. You have to play smart, you know, obviously, and that's why I have kind of like the turret there as a distraction so that I can, you know, wiggle and worm my way between enemies, close gaps and all that, because, you know, obviously I only have one armor core on there, so I am very, very squishy. But what it lacks in armor, it makes up for in fun value. You're not into the Chatterbox either. Yeah. Just might be better than that thing. I agree. It probably is. Hutchler's like that, apparently. Are you saying Hutchler doesn't like Measured, or Hutchler is actually a fan of Measured? Yeah, so this build, highly recommend. I'm actually going to switch to this build. I'm just kind of curious how well it'll do in this event. Ideally, with this event, I run sniper builds. And I just go for the headshots, like all headshots all the time. Just treat it like any other sniper build. Works really great with this global event. A bunch of trash that I will now scrap. Bye-bye. I'm kind of disappointed on the Hunter's Fury build, but I guess, you know, I shouldn't be surprised. I should have known better. Oh, Hutchler consistent output. Yes. I like consistency. Which is, I think, another reason why Chameleon was such a put-off for a long time is because, you know, you got to activate those talents, and then those talents are on a timer, and then they go away. Even if you're still shooting the target, you know, I don't know, it's inconsistent. So that was always kind of annoying. Plus, the other part of the Chameleon is basically an AR SMG because of it's not accurate. But with this build, it solves that accuracy problem. And let me tell you, so the things that this build's got going for it is it's got tremendous amounts of weapon handling, which not only means that the Chameleon is a laser beam, but its reload speed is much faster than it normally would be. So you don't really have to focus on that talent where you're aiming for the feet to get that 100%, 150% reload speed. It already feels like there's a reload speed talent procced with this build before that ever kicks in. So you can just focus on headshots and chest shots with this without having to worry too much about that. And you're getting that 20% reload speed. On top of that, with the Fenris, you're getting that two-piece bonus from having the one piece on there. So this is great. This works really well. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. Let's find the target. I'm not quick enough to get there. Suppose we could try taking that checkpoint. I really want to test this out on a resource convoy, but we can do a checkpoint. That's fine. We can try this checkpoint again. When the reload talent is procced, that 150% on top of everything, it's literally as fast as you can hit reload is how fast it reloads. It's literally a blink of an eye. Like, I think it's less than a second. It's probably like 0.7 or 0.6 seconds reload. It's pretty nutty. Essentially, it's instant. Maybe check some Hutchler builds. He's focused on FAMAS and Striker. Yeah, I feel like I have checked out some of his builds, but maybe I missed a few. I need to go back to his page, see what he's got. I'm always just looking for new ways to play. You know, maybe there's something I haven't thought of as far as build construction goes. And see, the thing is that because I'm not like super great at playing games just in general, the build has to be kind of just strong out of the box. Because I need that help as an average player. I can't make a okay build great. Like, look at this thing. This thing is disgusting. Just gross. I know what you're thinking, right? It's chameleon. How good can it possibly be? That's what I was thinking too. I'm just like, nah, there's no way this is good. And then you're just absolutely destroying everything in sight at ranges that you're not supposed to destroy with the chameleon in it. Back up a little bit here.
System
Like, it's like for real, Daniel. Check this out. Like, this is nuts. I need a target. This rain's not helping. Let's see what I'm shooting at. Who's still over here? Can't see shit. Oh, here we go. This thing is just dumb. No thanks. Okay, who's got the lawnmower? Oh, she's gonna get back up. Hell. Where's lawnmower lady? Take me to your lawnmower lady.
heavily armored hostile detected.
No, sir. No, you stay down. That's enough out of you. Okay, that's the
Serious
boss.
trauma detected.
Whoop. Play with my turret. Where did you come from?
Agent down.
Just you wait until I get back up. Hell yes. Ow. Oh, that's not great.
Control point secured. Well done.
Like, bruh. Bruh, did you just see all that? Like, this thing is a laser. And it just, holy crap, like when that 90 whatever crazy percent, let's see, what is it? 90% weapon damage kicks in on top of the critical hit chance and damage. And I intentionally left a huge gap with the critical hit chance. So we're getting like cap, critical hit chance, stupid amounts of critical hit damage on top of stupid amounts of weapon damage. Like, this is so much fun. Yeah, and the lack of accuracy helps when you're trying to get stacks. Yep, yes it does. You have to try this build. So I'll put it up again so you can see. So 3-piece strikers, 1-piece hot shot, right? So yeah, we're missing out on that, 30% marksman rifle damage. It's not being used by this build, but we're mostly doing this. Well, the only reason why we're doing this is for that 30% weapon handling. Makes all the difference with this build. 1-piece Fenris. And it's just critical hit chance and damage everywhere. With the Ninjabike. That's it. And I'm running with the mop because, you get that, armor on kill, which is nice. If somebody's pushing you and you have to use this, you're going to be taking some hits. So getting that 10% armor back is always nice, which is why I'm a huge fan of the mop. But this is honestly the only build I have ever tried with the Chameleon that I actually am just like, this is a shit ton of fun. So you definitely got to try it out. Highly recommend. All right, let's gobble up all the goodies here, and then we'll go on to our next adventure. Hey, no problem. No problem. If If it works well for me, it'll probably work well for virtually anybody else, because I'm kind of a potato player sometimes, most of the time. Actually, probably all the time. So a build has to be really well designed for me to be able to play well with it. Now let's take this out on a tear. Let's see. Oh man, if only I could get to these guys in time, but we'll just have to go with these guys. We'll intercept them like right around here. Oh, hey, just because I played a lot doesn't mean I'm good at it. It just means I've played it a lot. Like this rank, I mean, I'm sure there's probably people with you know, 400 that are like miles ahead of me as far as skill level goes. You know, they're, you know, blindfolded, no shot or no scope, one shot headshotting, you know, off a building without even trying. District Union? I'm not sure it would be faster. I'd have to I can't cut through it, unfortunately, so I'd have to go around, and they're moving this direction, so I figured I'd intercept them like around here. Oh, no worries, Daniel. No need to apologize. That's a fair assessment, and honestly, several times I have actually attempted to find a way through here, because, you know, you look at the streets and stuff, and you're just like, oh, maybe I can cut through there, but no. I wish there was a little alley right here, but no, there's this part right here that prevents you from crossing through it, so sadly. What is all this? Ow! The heck was that? Oh, was that a sniper round? I think that's what took all my health. There's satchel. Oof. Help me out, turret. Who said that? I knew there was somebody on the side. Stand in the healing. Ah, that feels better. Is this a convoy? Like, what's going on here? Okay. I got some help from a little NPC. See, you guys aren't useless. You can always serve as a distraction. There they are. And they saw something. I don't know if they saw me or if they saw one of the NPCs just standing around. Like hell. Don't get up.
Incoming hostile detected. Hostile broadcast picked up.
Like, seriously, especially once the stacks get going, this thing is just butter in the microwave. I know I've said that like multiple times, but I just can't get over how fast this kills things.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I can get closer.
Go around it. I'm covering you. Grenade in the air.
Gonna be like that, huh? I know, he's about to spawn behind me. Drill him in the head. There we go. No getting back up, sir. No getting back up. Where is this guy? My audio is doing something weird right now.
Hostile broadcast detected.
All right, so I would say, yeah, audio within the game. The stream's fine. It's just something's cutting out. Like my my in-game audio is doing something weird. It's not a big deal though. Just another one of those bugs that happens from time to time. Here we go. We can go after these guys. Oh, you know what else I was gonna try? I wanted to see how Bighorn would play with this build, because this creates a very stable weapon regardless of what you're playing with. D2 has been crashy recently, needs more naps than usual. D2 is a crashy. This thing is so buggy. Always has been. It's just kind of like circulates bugs. Like sometimes it gets bored with one bug, so it just like introduces another couple ones and the other bugs get fixed.
Incoming hostiles detected.
These guys are gonna get back up. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Is my turret doing absolutely nothing right now? Bruh. Bruh. Doing dick all over here.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Who threw the grenade, huh? Which one of you? Easy. All day. Your brain heard Big Bird? What do you mean your brain heard Big Bird? Like, I sound like Big Bird? That's fair. That's a fair assessment. I sound like Kermit the Frog sometimes. Oh, Big Horn, Big Bird. Again, Daniel, I'm sorry. My brain has pooled at the back of my skull, apparently, this morning. And I can't. Can't. All right, we're switching to Bighorn. We're going to try this out. I think, let me check the stats. Oh, 16% critical hit chance. That's a little low. That is a little low. Let's put some critical hit chances on here. We need to get those numbers up. Now, what are we sitting at? 28%? No. Critical hit chance. Yep, that works. All right, I'm trying to get as close to 40 as we can. Okay, so I could always re-roll something if I need to, but that's better. You're going to stay back after class if you keep throwing grenades. Big Bird exotic rifle would probably lead to a lawsuit. Yes. Ooh, piece of candy. We've got some victims up here. Yes, yes, yes. Come a little closer, and we shall test the Bighorn. We'll test the Big Bird. James was his back. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Little closer. Don't be shy. Just want to talk. Just want to talk. Come on, stick your head up.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Such an interesting sounding weapon too. Well, I will say it's actually usable. I'm not a huge fan of the Bighorn's recoil, but it's definitely mitigated with this build. Like, big time. I dare say the Chameleon still feels stronger.
Detecting.
Don't get me wrong, this is still strong. I hate it when they do that little chicken dance. It's like, I'm gonna go this direction. Nope, I'm gonna go the other direction. No sir, no sir. No explodies.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Oh right, it's an elite convoy. I was just like, wait, why is there another wave? That would be why. Am I about to run out of ammo? Come on. Really? Just, okay. Nice. Chameleon is less consistent. I would say yes. In the sense that you gotta ramp up its talents, but once those talents are procced, holy crap. And let's see, how long do you get those talents for? I can't remember off the top of my head. 45 seconds. I mean, that's a decent chunk of time. And because this build, increases rate of fire, and the Chameleon already has kind of a silly fire rate, it builds those stacks very fast. Very, very fast. It doesn't take much. Like 1 or 2 enemies, maybe, and then you're just cruising. Cooldown. That's a good question. Doesn't say. But let's equip it and find out. I'm not really sure what the cooldown is on this. I think that you just have to reproc it. So, you'll see like the 3 little, what shape is that? Octagons? It's not an octagon. You know what I mean. Those 3 little dealy bobs, like it's yellow until it fills up and then it turns white, and that means it's active, and then it starts to drain. I think it just goes right back to filling back up. So I don't think there's actually like a cooldown in the sense that like you can't reproc it. I think that as soon as the 45 seconds expires, you just hit more enemies with shots and fill it back up. If that makes any sense. Hexagons are the bestagons. I know it's not a hexagon because there's not... What, is it a hexagon? I'm not sure. Don't make me look up what a hexagon is. I feel stupid already. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Hey, I got another thing right accidentally. We can go after these guys right here. I mean, I guess we could test it on these guys. There's a good ambush spot up here. Octagon is 8 sides. I knew that. I went to middle school and passed basic math. Accidental winning is better than losing. I suppose so. I suppose so. God, I don't know what my deal is today. I just can't think.
Hostile control point identified.
I feel like I dropped like a solid 20 IQ points. That's true. Some days, I use my brain for smart making, and other days I don't brain good. And today's just a non-brain good day, I guess. Is that tree branch seriously blocking my shots? That was kind of funny. Come on, peek again. Should you stop hiding? Medic is very annoying. No, no drones. Stop that. Finally. No, don't you go anywhere. Should. There they are. Spot right there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I swear that these leaves are actually like reducing the damage of my bullets.
Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
There it is. Oh, you're still alive. We fixed it. We fixed the problem. I will take all your things. Time to smart making. Yes, I occasionally use my brain for smart making. TM, registered trademark of Orphan International. The Smart Maker. Yes, yeah. So they ramp. So right now they're yellow. Once it's full up, it turns white. That means it's active, and then it starts to drain. And then once it's drained, then you can just fill it back up again. So there's no like waiting period before it'll start to fill up again. So it is kind of a back and forth, but you can. I mean, you saw it. They fill up pretty dang fast. It doesn't take much. Especially with this rate of fire. I guess its rate of fire is at 1035 with the striker talent. Or, yeah, the bonus. The rate of 15% rate of fire on there. So that's, you know, that's pretty dumb rate of fire increase. Plus, with the gunner spec, you get a rate of fire increase on kill as well. So, I mean, this thing's just a hose. It really is. Waveform vibes. Yes, very waveformish in the sense that it's, you know, it's constantly proccing and then diminishing and then proccing and diminishing for sure. No, there's another one right up here. That's why this build is just so smart, because not only with the gunner spec are you getting that rate of fire, which helps the chameleon, but you're also getting the armor on kill, which is great, and you're getting the ammo replenishment, which is kind of essential considering how much of a hose this thing is. Ammo can very quickly become a problem when you're shooting over 1,000 rounds a minute.
Civilians in distress.
Oh yeah, the CTAR or the FAMAS. I mean, I love the FAMAS. It's definitely my favorite AR. You know what? Let's excuse me. Let's go ahead and just equip it. We'll try it on this group. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I've got a FAMAS with Preservation and with Optimist. So we'll just equip the Optimist one. See how this fares. I'm sure this is probably going to be pretty silly. But silly in a good way. So we're going to wait for them to round this corner. They'll spawn from that door right there. We'll have a nice view of them from here. Moss is very much a laser. As a matter of fact, I don't think I need to have this on here, this Omega 556. I'm just going to go ahead and put a critical hit damage. Let me make sure. Chance. I want to put critical hit chance on there. Whoops. Pretty sure I am not going to need that suppressor on that.
Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Damn bulletstorm out here.
And Bulletstorm out here. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's shredding. For sure. Let's go take this checkpoint while we're at it. Actually, let's see. What are my stats at? 49% critical hit chance. Is there anything that's filling that gap? No. So ideally, I should probably put another roll of critical hit chance on here somewhere to really maximize it, but hey. Yeah, that resource boy. Kind of smart, very small part of me that feels sorry for them. Oh, I just wanted to pop a satchel. I really shouldn't take cover behind something that's explosive, though. Damn. Okay, we're gonna push. Whew. Okay. We made it. Oh, she's gonna go.
Shit!
Quit running around. Stop throwing grenades. Knock it off. I can imagine on mouse and keyboard this would be even more deadly. Because I'm slightly struggling to stay on, like, headshots, but it's not impossible by any means.
Hostile detected.
CP captured. Good job.
Strong. Do love my FAMAS. CTAR would probably be pretty good too. Grab some ammo here. Call it some reinforcements.
Reinforcements en route.
There's probably a couple LMGs that work really good with this too.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You know, you get that additional stability, faster reload speed. He's behind me? Okay.
Let's smash it.
Yeah, let's smash it. Where is this guy? Oh, he's on the other side of the fence. I'm not going to worry about it.
Agent requesting backup.
That reload speed is just nuts.
Heavily armored hostile.
It's so nice. Oh yeah, blue screen. Yeah. Actually, I think I have one on me. Zombies? Nope, just this guy.
I can't wait to do this.
Heading for the minigun.
Coming from behind cover.
Oh, I thought his satchel was still poppable. It's like, I'm gonna light your dead corpse on fire. Just that guy. I believe that's all of them.
That's it, right?
All right, we're switching to blue screen. We're gonna try all the guns with this build because this, or Bullet King. Oh my god, I can't even imagine Bullet King. That might be a little nutty. But blue screen hits a hell of a lot harder than Bullet King does. We're gonna try blue screen. We're just gonna do it. I might actually need to go back to the base of operations and switch the talent node to LMGs because I seriously doubt that it already is active. That is one thing I really wish they'd change. There's no reason for those nodes. It's just an inconvenience to have to switch between all of them. That's true. The reload is 100% wasted with Bullet King, for sure. That is a valid point. Let's see how fast this reloads. Yeah, that's basically an assault rifle reload speed.
I
Would
don't
like
know
to
how
donate,
much
sir.
longer we can hold out. We could really use your help.
Am I getting those Pearl Event keys? Not. Interesting. Even though it says the event closes in 6 days and 12 hours. That's weird. Can I buy them? No? Huh. Well, as with all things Division, is it a bug or a feature? I don't know. It looks to me like they extended it another week, but it also looks like there's no way to earn it. So... I don't mind the cosmetics for this this particular apparel event. I actually kind of really like it. It's one of the few that kind of speak to me. I like the more tactical look and stuff, but considering that none of them are rendering properly, yeah, that's a little annoying. Like I can't even equip the chest the chest mods that change its appearance, because they won't render properly. And like you can see my backpack, it's not supposed to be that. But it's forever that with all of my builds now ever since the update. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I know there's probably some workarounds where you like unequip it from all your bags or something. Unequip that skin from all your bags and then your bag will render properly. I'm like, yeah, but on principle, I shouldn't have to do that. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Hello, boys. Yeah, I don't think I want to be within range of the minigun. Definitely gonna approach from the side here. Oof. Ah, the curse of the suppression. My one minor annoyance with LMGs is how quickly you suppress things when you're shooting at them. And I know a lot of that has to do with like fire rate. If I was like using a slower fire rate LMG, it wouldn't be as pronounced, but oh, this is where they're gonna spawn. That's helpful. That's super helpful.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
I know I'm not using this properly. I should really be tagging a bunch of enemies, so it's like disorienting them and stuff. Let's tag them. Let's use it properly. Let's tag a few of these guys. I am all kinds of surrounded right now. Holy crap.
Get the hell back! That'll
Nope.
slow that enemy down. Seriously, keep Damn it! Some heavy fire.
Serious trauma detected. Hostile broadcast detected.
Agent to your med pack.
Yeah, this blue screen feels pretty weak with this build. I think a lot of that has to do with its rate of fire. It's just not building stacks fast enough. What you shooting at, buddy? Shooting at the wall? You having a case of the Mondays?
Take them by surprise. You feel that, AD?
Sorry, what am I supposed to be feeling? Okay, just for shits. This might be a mistake climbing up here.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Well, it's definitely more accurate than it normally is, that's for sure. I couldn't even hope to hit stuff at these ranges without this build.
Control point secured.
Gotta say, the
Well
Bullet King
done.
is very satisfying. Like you were pointing out, that fire rate is just all kinds of fun. But also practical because it plays into the strengths of Striker. You know, higher fire rate. Same why I think Chameleon works so bloody well with this build. It's that fire rate. It's already got a high fire rate. Bullet King is very satisfying. This should be fun. Playing point defense with a machine gun you never have to reload.
Incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Just kind of fire in their general direction. He's dead already. You can't kill him anymore. No. I'll decide when he's dead.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Kind of stupid.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Yeah, I'd say it worked out pretty well. Can you imagine a team of people running these?
Be just another corpse in the street. Gonna have to reload. I'll give you some cover.
That would be just,
Supply room access.
that'd be a sight to
unlocked.
behold. Have a turret that doesn't overheat. Yeah, basically.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Basically. That's a good time. I will say that the Bullet King's damage output has always been very lackluster. Even now. I mean, it didn't feel particularly strong. It was just fun, you know. And the not reloading part, of course, is a hoot. What's not to like? Let's donate.
We're fully stocked.
Irony, Reanimated Emmy says, soon you'll just be another corpse in the street. That's very true. Irony is not lost. Let's see what goodies got dropped over here. All right, now my brain's churning. I'm trying to think, like, what other weapons would this really benefit from? I have a love-hate relationship with the Pestilence, to be honest. Dare would probably be good. It's already got a pretty high rate of fire, or basically any GR9 would work really well. Obviously, Dark Winter would be silly if you're going close quarters. Actually, let me switch this to... Where's my Dark Winter? I bet you this is just stupid. Oh, Kingbreaker. Kingbreaker.
Hostile broadcast.
I mean, it's got kind of a lower rate of fire, but we could try that. Let me grab this. I think I'm going to have to make a run to my vault for that one. I don't think I'm carrying that. L86, that might be a good choice. Let's see. Let's go into the vaults. My 72 weapons I have stored in here. Lady Death, that'd be fun. But again, you gotta like get in things' faces. I feel like this build is best played at like AR range. So if you can't hit it at that range, probably shouldn't run it. MP7, that'd be a good SMG to run too. I mean, any of the vectors, doesn't really matter which one. Let's see. F2000, it's got a really high rate of fire as it is. Kingbreaker. There it is. Let's try out the old Kingbreaker. I haven't played with this thing in a while. You can tell because I have a headshot damage scope on it for some reason. Alright, so we'll take off all of the performance enhancing attachments because those won't be necessary. I still can't believe they haven't fixed this. Like, look at that laser. Why? Just why? And the magazine isn't even lined up. Like, it's not lined up or flush with the frame. Like, why? And like the scope is clipping through the rail. It's just, and this ain't part of the new season or nothing. Like, this is last season. Like, they still haven't fixed it. I know it's minor. I know it's just cosmetic. The laser. Wait, did I not call it a laser? It sounds like something I would do. Did I call it something else? Did I black out again? I'm having like little mini strokes today, I guess. Oh, this is gonna get really gross. Hold on. Full stacks. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Especially if you're landing headshots, they're just gone. Oh, I reloaded too soon. Like, wow. Man, at max stacks, this is just ludicrous. I might honestly just run this with Chameleon and just have just this bullet frenzy going on. I figure every animal deserves a warm meal. Laser beams attached to its heads. I kind of get the laser beams attached to its heads part. That's from Austin Powers, isn't it? I just want some sharks with some freaking laser beams attached to their heads. I don't.
Agent in need of
Oh,
backup.
it is an Austin Powers reference. Okay. I was just like, that sounds very Austin Powers reference. Let's see. I've slept near. This is a rare one for people to run. That frenzy is. It's gonna be stupid too. The question is, how fast can we reload? Because that's what makes these LMGs make or break for me. If we can reload fast, great. If it takes forever, nah. I ain't about that. Reload. It's not bad. Yeah, once Frenzy's going. But that's going to be a no from me. Not a fan of the reload time on that, even with all its help. We have sea bass. Are they ill-tempered? Man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen Austin Powers. I thought they were just the funniest shit when I was growing up. I don't think I could watch it now, truthfully. Like, wow, I found this funny. Same with like Zoolander and Anchorman and Super Troopers and kind of all those kind of stupid humor movies. Man, they were just the funniest shit back in the day. I'm not seeing anything else I particularly want to try with this build. Actually, maybe the GR9, GR8, GR something. GR9. There it is. I need to put a damage talent on this, though, because it's got Sadist currently, which isn't particularly helping it. But man, once it gets ramped up... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. You're going to go do eat making and then business making? Nice. Thanks for the stream, mate. Thanks again. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hey, you too, Daniel. Thanks for stopping by. This was a lot of fun. Started off a little rough, but we redeemed ourselves. And actually, that reminds me, it is probably about time for me to take a break as well. We're, over, 2.5 hours into this stream, and I can feel it. I think I need a little bit more coffee, a little bit more food in me as well. Yes, maybe I can brain good later, Daniel. My goodness, today has just been something else. Appreciate the encouragement. All right, guys, I will talk to you later.